story must eventually come to an end. Hardships, struggles, and adversity become a thing of the past, and only memories live on. Race number 9 brought the series to Circuit of the Americas and marked the return of the number 8 car back into competition. Misfortune struck once again, with their motor overheating halfway into the race, but the team pushed on and saw the 80 car battle adversity and finish in 6th place. With the final race on the doorstep, the team has one last chance to chase a podium finish in hopes of ending the season on a high note. The final race of the season brings the team to Road Atlanta. Amidst their eagerness for a good result, it's difficult for the drivers to avoid reflecting on their journey this season.
It's been a tough one with what's happened with the cars, crashes, the BOP, the camaraderie. It's all gone by too quick. We came into this series thinking we had something for our competition, and we do. We've been handicapped, and we've still proven that we can be competitive. So far, we haven't got a podium, but we'll push right through to the end.
It's a no-brainer. I mean, getting a podium, getting a win, it's not just the driver that celebrates, it's the whole team. These mechanics at Mantella Autosport have been awesome. Guys have put in early mornings and late nights, and they celebrate the wins, they celebrate the podiums, the highs, the lows, just as much as the drivers do.
This year's been a challenge, so it would mean more than anything, to be honest. Just such a great crew. It just gives them a good feeling going into the off season, and sort of shows the hard work that they do, and that we can translate that to results on the track.
Just a professional team, a fun team, and ready, willing, and able to do whatever it takes to have the best car out on the track with what we've been given.
Shown that we're capable, we've proven it to the competitors and to ourselves, but not everything has worked out. You do need a little bit of luck.
This track is very much like what I consider my home track, and that is Continental Tire Motorsports Park. It's fast, it has a lot of flow. It just really pulls a lot out of the best drivers.
The one thing that stands out about this track is speed. I noticed that my heart rate here is definitely elevated versus, say, the Circuit of the Americas. If you make one mistake, it's going to end the race. There's no doubt about it.
So far, our pace has been strong. We've driven the car in many different conditions. We've had some cool, dry conditions where we've been really quick. The car's been making a lot of power. We've had some really hot, humid sessions where the track gets a little greasy. We're dealing with a lot of oversteer in the car.
I won't lie, I was going after Martin's time. He's been repeatedly beating me. Of course, I was out of the car. I don't have as much experience in this car as he does. I caught some traffic the first lap, and I was really hell-bent on putting the next lap down on fresh tires. Came down into 10, and a Porsche came and made contact with me from behind and put me into the wall. It was undetermined whether we were going to be able to continue after the contact. There was probably about 15 minutes where Mark was thinking that maybe he should go home.
Bit of an emotional roller coaster from the incident and diagnosing what couldn't be done. But the Mantella Autosport guys were fantastic.
For some severe damage to the front of the car, and sure enough, these guys pulled together. You know, the guys off the 80 car jumped over to the 8 car to give them a hand, and they got the car ready in time for qualifying.
This complete weekend has been dry, sticky, slimy track to wet to literally rivers and torrents of rain coming down during practices.
The way the Continental Tire SportsCar Challenge works is we don't qualify if it's raining. A bit unlike many other championships around the world. And I think the reason for that is, you know, television ratings and fans. You want to keep as many cars on the track and take the green flag for the race as possible.
With qualifying cancelled, the cars will start based off of point standings, with the 80 in 7th place and the 8 car in 10th.
More seat time has allowed me to learn just how to deal with racing situations. I've been telling myself, just get out there and get right to it right off the bat.
I made it a point to really focus on my race starts. In Texas, I blew it, and that wasn't going to happen here in the rain. Came down the hill, a couple of positions opened up, guys were a little bit hesitant. I really didn't know if the car would stick or not, but I went for it and I was right behind Martin.
Coming in late, braking late, turning late, found a few positions there. Coming through 4, entering down through the S's. It just ended up being a great opening lap. I was able to set a great pace and I just maintained that throughout my stint in the race.
The rain is a great equalizer. You know, we were battling with the brand new Mustangs out there and winning. You know, the amateur drivers were out there against pro drivers and going by them.
My engineer, Andrew, radioed me and said that we were 30 minutes in. Knowing that we were likely going to change in the 45 to 50 minute range, I was disappointed to hear that we were already 30 minutes into the race. I was able to push hard, manage the tires, kept me up in P3, P4, P5 area.
I got out of the car and I was excited. We had no contact with anybody, not even a hiccup. Mark got in, we had a great pit stop, and I thought we might have a chance.
Doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter if it's shining, doesn't matter if it's, you know, what it is. I know Kyle's going to perform at the highest level. Bringing the car in, I believe in P4, you know, I could say it now, I had great expectations of him turning in a podium position.
You know, for me, I was excited. I don't mind the wet at all. Put my head down, started putting laps together, and my engineer, Andrew, advised that our pace was good. So, of course, that gives me a lot of confidence. We got a yellow, bunched the grid up, and now it was just go time.
The yellow kind of helped us get back up to where we needed to be with the group. It's a little bit of an equalizer with the wet. Obviously, our straight line performance is down on the other cars. In the wet, it's, you know, the handling is really important and we can make a little bit more back, and I think that was the case today.
It just shows how much of a team effort this is. Martin drove a great first stint, you know, kept the car up into the top 5, and when he handed over the car in that position, it made my job a little easier.
And I thought our mid-race pace was really strong, kind of catching the front guys and giving them a good run. Just felt like we just struggled for pace a little bit towards the end. It didn't seem like we'd lost the handling balance or the braking capability, but it did seem like we were a little bit sort of soft on straight line performance, especially compared to the Mustang, who just basically drove around us on the straightaway.
Climbed our way up to P2. On the final restart, we lost a position to Robin Liddell, factory GM driver. We had maybe 10 or 15 minutes to keep pushing. We closed the door, we were nose to tail with them. We had some really, really good battles.
Last couple of minutes it was just a joy to watch all the guys sort of take it all in and enjoy the podium position coming our way.
With a third and fifth place finish to cap off the year, the team proves that, like with most things in life, with hard work comes success.
You know, it's awesome. We sure did save it for the last weekend.
From Mantella Autosport, Martin Bucky and Kyle Marcelli.
To get Mantella Autosport their first podium in 2 seasons of competition in the Continental Tire SportsCar Challenge means a lot to me. I'm excited what the future has with this program.
It is the last race of the season. It has been a season full of roller coaster rides. We've been almost there so many times. For Kyle and I as drivers, yeah, it's great to have this podium finish, but I really want to say everybody on the team deserves the win we have today.
The one thing I take away from this season is I raced with guys I wanted to race with. That's probably the biggest thing. I met Martin at Mosport and he was green. He's a year behind myself and he's progressed so far. To have Mark Wilkins race with me is a dream. To race with Kyle Marcelli is another dream. I watched him go over 4 flat in a GT3 Cup car and thought, wow, man, that guy can drive. And now he's on my team. We've learned so much together between him and Mark and Martin. It's unbelievable what has transpired this year. We've done well, despite everything that's happened. We've really advanced as a team and as drivers.
You know, we definitely ended on a high note, and I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, we're going to go into the off season now with smiles, with confidence, and with energy on, okay, you know, what's next?
A journey brings many challenges and room for growth. With the end inevitable, it's important to make sure moments don't go unnoticed and that the journey is always the reward.